Hi and welcome back to Real Reviews, where today I'm talking about a film called The Manifestation, which is written and directed by Geert Heetebrij, and it is available on demand from now. And it is a psychological thriller with supernatural elements. There's AI tangents in there, and there's just all manner of interesting things to delve into in this character-driven sort of psychological think piece, I suppose you'd call it, or at least that's what I'm going to call it. So let's dive into exactly what it is about The Manifestation, which is available on demand right now, that makes it quite interesting and quite engaging and sort of diverting for all the right reasons.
Some say you can't control your thoughts. Yes, you can. Find the stuff of your dreams. Choose your future. Master your fate. To get what you want, you need to know what you want.
Right, so essentially what you have is a two-hander between Inbar Lavi and Jack Kesy as Stephen and Roni, respectively. They are a couple, and they meet through a sort of a meditative self-help group of sorts, and you get flashes in terms of flashbacks for backstory that explains how they connected and how they get to this place where Stephen is a crypto trader. He's a trader on the in that regard, and spends a majority of his time trying to make money. His other half, Roni, is studying for the bar. She wants to be a lawyer, a solicitor, if you're in the UK, and it's quite. Although there's not a tremendous amount of dialogue, although there's not anything that you would consider to be great action, as it were, there's a number of different things which go on. Tonally, it's really interesting, and it keeps you engaged, even though there's a limited amount of locations involved. I think that the performances of both actors are very good. You do have other supporting players who come into it, and I'll talk about them a little bit later. But ultimately, what starts happening and what sort of ties into the supernatural element is the fact that Stephen, he tries to manifest luck and destiny and sort of and bring all these good things to this relationship, because he wants to keep Roni. He wants to keep Roni on side, and he loves her and he's connected to her. So he manifests this not even apparition, not even an AI thing. It's a mental projection of some kind, who calls herself Veronica, and it harks back to an earlier time in their relationship and an earlier version. But that's not all. So I'm going to dive into the next bit and explain what else is going on inside The Manifestation, which actually, for a tight 90-minute indie film, really works on a number of different levels. Let's do that next.
He claims he sees her.
It's just a mental tool, baby.
What is it, honey?
There's someone in Uncle Steven's office.
If you dance with the devil, he'll always take the lead.
Right, so in the background here, you've got you have a self-help guru who broadcasts over the internet to a load of subscribers who all sort of buy into this self-help visualization package that he is selling. Michael is played by Usman Ali, is sort of like this conduit around which not everything flows, but everything sort of comes back, and you hear him on the phone in the opening 5 or 10 minutes, and then you connect with him a little bit later on. You've also got Richard, who is played by Jonathan Lee West, who sort of is friends to Stephen and Roni, and it goes back, and there are elements there which tie everything together and tie everything together quite neatly. And there is a nice little twist which I won't go into. But it made me want to watch this again, and this is the point with the manifestation. It's not something you can just watch once and discard and disregard. It comes back, and for me, it embraced ideas of spirituality, certain theological approaches. Other people might go more contemporary, and as I said in the previous segment, and say, well, maybe this is AI, maybe this is a manifestation of a future technology. You can go all over the place, but my point with this is that the manifestation works on a number of different levels. It's not just a simple two-hander of a relationship which is crumbling or not crumbling, and where there is clearly more than one person who is, shall we say, there's more than two people in the relationship, or at least that's how it feels. And as I said, I think Geert Heetebrij has done something quite special with this. It might not get the attention of a larger mainstream film in terms of distribution, but I do feel that if you have access to any streaming platform, chances are you can look on Prime, you could look on Now TV, or you could look on the US equivalents of those networks, and you can track this film down. It really is, it's concisely and cleverly shot. There's real economy. The score is subtle and understated. And it's not just about the story. There are deeper themes which are underlying within, which really make it worthwhile and give back on a number of different levels. Right, so I'm going to dive into my rating now. Let's do that.
Is there someone else?
What?
You are your own creator.
You're done.
Never lie to yourself. Our mind is a very powerful thing. Look what you did with yours.
Right, so I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 because I like the manifestation, I like the characters, I like the tone. It's not going to set the world on fire in terms of it hasn't got a great deal of money behind it, but the best films, at least in my opinion, the best films are they are driven by story, they are driven by character, and the rest of it is window dressing, the rest of it is pyrotechnics, and oftentimes what you find is that the visual effects are there to distract and to cloak a weakness, fundamental weakness within the story, which upon deeper inspection, upon diving deeper into it, you realise how paper thin a lot of the most premises behind the films and movies and TVs we watch, they really are, or ultimately also how formulaic or how repetitive. So what's nice with this film is the fact that it is character driven, it is driven by story, and there's a depth to it which really is, it really plays to it, is one of its major strengths, alongside the fact that obviously you've got some decent performances and not a great deal going on. So let's dive into that trailer, because I really do think that people need to watch this film. Let's do that. Right, and so it is that you've reached the end of the video review for The Manifestation, which is available on all good streaming platforms on demand as we speak, and needs tracking down with all haste. So this is a bit where I go, if you've liked the video, then give me a thumbs up. Failing that, you could always just drop a comment in the comment box below, because I will respond. And finally, you can subscribe. Just click the button so that every Tuesday and every Saturday when I drop another video, you'll get a little notification, and then you can pop in and watch or listen to as much or as little as you like, and then go about your day. Until then, take care, check out the rest of the channel, and be sure to pop over to my Patreon page. Cheers.